Hey you guys, so as you can see, I look a little rough today, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to know that sometimes when you look rough, it's because you were doing things you enjoyed and didn't have time to put your makeup on and do all of that. But in the process of my day, Precious has hurt himself, and unfortunately, because of the circumstances, for those of you who understand about our Deuter Fund and about Leslie, you guys know that Leslie sponsors a couple of horses and for training so that we can take some unsold, unbroke, really great caliber horses and offer them retraining so that when they leave this facility, not only are they more valuable, but the chances of them ever ending up in a bad situation, again, are slim and none. Well, basically, Jacob received his operating capital for Precious, putting him kind of in the Deuter Fund, and he got hurt this morning. So for those of you who are not squeamish, this is where I will show you. For those of you that are squeamish, I want you to know that it is okay for you to just take a second right now and maybe... So, you ready? So he stuck his head through the gate and pulled back, and he completely detached all of this part of his eye, and he did fracture. He had to go in for surgery, and he did fracture. She's going to show you right there where he actually fractured the eye socket, and that is the back of the eyeball that is exposed. So we are looking at a very large vet bill on an unsold horse. And here's the thing, while I do have some expendable funds from the Deuter Fund and other things, generally these horses, the Wild Tribe and I do a very good job of supporting. So the do-gooder group, that is our super secret kind of chat group, sent some funds. Somebody else sent a couple $100s, and I put what was in the Deuter Fund there. But here's the thing, while we have this taken care of, almost probably about half of this vet bill taken care of, we do need to replenish it because we don't know that another unsold horse that we have here on our Deuters, what if it gets hurt? I mean, at the end of the day, what if it gets hurt? So we need to be creative. So normally what we do to make it fun for everyone and to put money in our Deuter Fund so that we have vet bill money or expendable money that is not an issue that I don't have to beg Jacob or justify, and it's just a, hey, take him to the vet right now, is we do a saddle draw every month. So for those of you who don't know, we've had 2 saddle draws so far. The first one was won by Kathleen, and Kathleen has posted several times. She's a real person. She is in the medical field, wonderful individual. And the one last month was won by Roderick Smith. He's from here in Texas, and I think he day works. So super nice guy. Great opportunity for somebody to get a fantastic custom-made saddle. Like, the saddle is one of their baseline saddles. If you want options that are not part of their baseline, what you can do is pay the difference. So basically, you will just get a gift card for a base saddle. It's around $2,000, $1,750, I believe. And once you get the base gift card, if you want to pay a little bit more and have more customization done, but their base saddle is still a very fantastic saddle, and they actually charge $2,500 for a base saddle. So the company is really fantastic to us. The way they kind of work it is their bases saddles are between $1,750 to $2,500, and what they do is they do a really good job of providing you with a $2,000 to $2,500 saddle for the gift card, and they get to make a saddle. You guys get to get your saddle home, post about it, help promote the saddles. It's a win-win situation for everybody. So what we do is we sell $50 tickets, and it's $50 per ticket. Now, the way that it works is for every $50 that you send, you get one opportunity. So this is not like a lottery or a random draw. What it is you gift $50 increments to our vet bills. Every person that from July 1st until we're full that donates money, we just give you a chance to win. So it's not like a lottery or gambling. So when you cash out $50, Misty has PayPal, so you can PayPal Misty. If you PayPal it, you do have to send it friends and family, or you have to send $55, just so you know. Now, we also have a $10 draw going on. So for those of you that are like, man, I would love to do this, but like $50 I can't do right now. I completely understand. So we have a $10 draw going on, and the way we're going to do it is we have a horse named Curtis Lowe, and we had to fill this to a couple, like 100 spots or so. I believe it was $10 times 150 spots. We're at 80 spots currently. What we're going to do is we're going to open that draw up, and for every $10 you donate, now here's the kicker. If you donate $100, you not only get 2 spots in the saddle draw, you are going to get 10 spots in the $10 draw. And what we're going to do with the $10 draw, so again, for every $50 you donate, you get a saddle entry automatically. And for every $10 that you gift, so let's say you can only give 20, you're going to get 2 spots in the Curtis Lowe draw. But we're opening the Curtis Lowe draw up to where you have your choice of Curtis Lowe. He has mild ring bone. He might not work for everybody. You can have your choice of Dude, which is our really phenomenal kid broke horse that's trail sound. He does have muscle atrophy of the shoulder, but he is sound for you to do just about whatever you want to do. So you can choose him, or we're going to open it up and you can take a donkey. So let's say that you're like, you know what, I would love to pick something up, but I don't have use for a horse, but we have a cow pasture. We will open it up to kind of your choice of basically anything under a certain price point. So you could take Curtis Lowe, you could take, so whoever wins, we're going to get to about 150 to 200 spots, and then you're just going to get your choice. So from July 1st until we're full on the saddle draw, anybody that sends a $50 gift to our Unsold Horse Vet Bills will also receive 5 spots in like the Curtis Lowe draw. It's just fun. It's a way for me to keep expendable money available so that Jacob and I have a lot of differences. Like Jacob would really choose not to spend $1,500 to try to save the eye on a horse that when he came here didn't cost that, or cost right at that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the kind of person that's like, give him penicillin, doctor it, see how it goes. And I'm like, this needs to be addressed immediately. But it's also unfair for me to tell Jacob, hey, this horse should have already been gone from here and you would have already had profit in your pocket, but I chose to keep him here because the ladies and I wanted to retrain him. We love Precious. He's one of our favorite horses, and it's just a really freak shit accident. Like I said, he stuck his head between the gate and the wall, and he spooked and set back, and when he did, the gate basically just caught that, and it just moved that whole flap, and it did fracture behind the eye and exposed like the nerve endings of the eye. So it is kind of a serious injury. I mean, it's going to have to be really well taken care of. It's going to have to be kept really clean. And of course, just today operating and all of that is going to be, I mean, $1,500 minimum. So again, people will say you shouldn't own horses if you can't afford these things, but I want for you guys to remember collectively as a whole that my tribe and I a long time ago said, hey, we're a big group of people and we want to do more for the horses than the base minimum, and these horses are here because we've chosen to step up as a group. And if ever, you know, let's just say that everybody watching this video, 270 people sent $10, that's $2,700 that I could use for the Unsold Horses Vet Bills. And $10 to each of us, you know, it's different. I mean, for some of you guys, yeah, $10, you know, you're like, man, I really don't have it right now. Listen, I understand. But for some of you, you're like, $10 is okay. Like, you know, I go in the convenience store and blow that on a couple of Gatorades. So it's all in perspective, and I understand there are people that will never understand the bigger picture, and when stuff like this happens, I kind of get some flack, but I'm okay with that because I know that my tribe and I, who have been doing this for 10 years, made the decision a long time ago that we wanted to pitch in. We wanted to do what we could. So I manage the Deuter Fund. I feel like I do a really good job of it. I have one of the Deuters sold, which is fantastic, because when he sells, that money can go back in to replenish the Deuter Fund as well. Donnie drained us pretty good, but listen, that money went back in, and we were able to save that sorrel horse that's got a little string hold, the sorrel horse right here with the funky feet. So we have money just tied up into horses that are currently in rehabilitation. And there are moments in life for both me and all of you that I'm like, shit, we're just stretched a little thin. So what I did was I just sent the balance that was in the Deuter Fund to the vet, which got this horse treated. But I'm smart enough to know that right now the Deuter Fund it's extended. And so with that being said, it's just time for us, and I don't do this constantly, but unfortunately with horses, stuff comes up. And I'm at the point right now where I'm like, look, I just literally spent the last of the Deuter Fund to address this. So if we have any secondary issues here, we currently are not in the position as the wild tribe to stomach financially, and it would have to be a hey Jacob. And you guys know that when we start going, hey Jacob, this has happened, hey Jacob, I need money for horses that, you know, you wouldn't have kept here, it becomes harder and harder for him to give horses extra time. It becomes harder and harder for him to do the things that we love to see happen, which is extra time, retraining, keeping horses here that have a lot of potential, but maybe, you know, hot rods, Gabriels, Brodies. There's several horses here that he's allowing us to retrain and work with that the retraining costs might be covered, but emergency costs aren't. And it makes him more and more leery to trust us with the, hey, the wild tribe is going to step up and help that if we have to keep going to him for like veterinary funds and things like that. So I just try to be super responsible on all fronts, so that when I tell Jacob, hey, we're going to keep this horse back and retrain him, he doesn't have to go, well, I don't know, remember that last one and it got hurt and then y'all didn't have, it just makes him go, all right, I'll give you a month. You know, it just makes it more, in my life, just to be honest between you and I, it makes my personal life much easier to not have the arguments and the fights. And we've all discussed this, and for some of you who are new here and you don't like that thought process, it's okay. I still hope you'll follow. I still love and respect you where you are in this journey with me. But there's lots and lots of people who have stepped up and really want to be a part of these horses' lives. And it's not, they don't want their, I've had people tell me, Tara, when you need the help, ask. Don't block my blessing. Allow me to help when I can, because that's my blessing. And I've just learned over the last 10 years that it takes all kinds to make a tribe. And for those of you who are part of the Deuter Fund and you want to support the Deuters, this is how we're going to do it. So you can cash out $50. It's $50 to I Ride a Rescue. For those of you who aren't part of the Deuter Fund, but you want a chance to win the saddle, you can cash out $50. We'll make a running list of names. When we get to 100, we will draw. If we get to 50 by the 31st of the month, we can still draw. So we have to have at least 50 people to draw. I will have to make July and August if we don't get that many people, but we generally do. But we like to be full at 100. So again, for every $50 you donate, you get one saddle entry, and for every 10 of those dollars, you get into the Curtis Lowe draw, and that is now basically opened up to where you could take Curtis Lowe, you can take Dude, the black gelding that is stunning, 7 to 8 years old, very well broke, and getting sounder every day. He really didn't have anything that was catastrophic. He just had some muscle atrophy, and it's being rehabilitated. He's doing fantastic, and he's starting to be lightly ridden, and he should be trail sound or light, maybe light show sound. So great option for somebody. Or if you just want to, you know, maybe you just really would like a cool donkey, that's fine too. So I would love for you guys to be a part of this. I will post my Cash App below, and on both pages we will have a running list, and it'll say saddle draw, and below it will say Curtis Lowe. It'll be one post pinned to the top of both pages. As soon as Curtis Lowe gets to about 200 people at $10 a piece, we will draw. And as soon as we get to about 100 people, we will draw. But if we don't get to 100 people, we can draw with 50 or more, and we'll just have to wait till we get to 50 people. So I love you. Thank you guys so much. And for those of you who are new, I'm fixing to show some pictures and videos that are kind of you know, content that if you're weak stomached, please just set your phone down for a second. So this is the eye. This is the eye when it first happened, and here is at the vet where they began to operate. And that's where you can see the back of the eye and the nerves along with the fracture of the eye socket. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys saw that. Jackie has sent some additional videos of what it looks like as they start to clean it up. This is as they've started to clean it up to make sure that all of that is solid. And this is what it looks like in the end. This is after operation. And he has what we call loose sutures, so that they will allow a little bit of expansion there, and hopefully they took that V out, and that's going to allow some room for healing that should potentially keep the sutures from busting out. Now, the reason he had to be at the vet clinic and have an actual, like what you would consider operation, is that he did have to be put under because he does have some bone damage of that socket along with some nerve damage behind the eye. We want to try to make sure he doesn't lose blinking, or he doesn't lose being able to, you know, move his eye. So there's a couple of complications that we have to worry about, but from this point we just need to keep it clean, keep the flies out of it, do everything we can. And I'm not super, this is after they got him up and started to stitch. And they told me they could have pulled the top flap up, but they really felt that when they pulled that top flap up, that what we were really going to run into was it would potentially break loose and then start to curl under, and we would just be fighting a losing battle. With that being a little bit of an open space, it allows room for expansion as it swells. But we are going to have pain meds on board, and we are going to have anti-inflammatories on board, and it's moments like this that I'm grateful. I wish I could run a 501c3 because I feel like the documentation that my staff and I do is thorough enough that people can see, like, we do a great job here. This horse has been in training here. He's ready to rehome, and this is just a freak accident. But at the same time, I have people that just, no matter, I can tell them the sky is blue and they will be like, it's magenta, and they hate me, they hate my attitude, they hate my personality, and there's nothing more than they love but to sit around and gossip, talk. And if I had a 501c3 at that point, they would absolutely want to see my books and constantly just, you know, cause problems. And I prefer for you to gift funds. And when you gift funds to the unsold horses, we play some really fun games with you guys. A saddle giveaway. We can do a horse giveaway. Another option is if you win the Curtis Lowe draw and you just absolutely cannot take a horse, please understand that you can just donate your winnings back to the unsold horses. Or maybe we could do something cool and have you a custom halter made that says like July Wild Tribe winner, from like the lady that makes my halters that I take the photographs. If you do have a horse already and you would want just a really cool memento like that, we could have you a custom, you know, Massey's Custom Creation makes cool stuff. I would love to do something kind for the winner. So if you can't take a horse, please don't back up from helping. We can be creative to find something that suits you, that makes you feel, you know, good about helping. I don't want to block anybody's blessing. So I love you guys. I hope you all have a super good day. Please remember, send stars to all of my videos because stars also help support the unsold horses. Join the Wild Tribe After Hours. I know that things have been kind of tough. It's $20 a month, but the Wild Tribe After Hours probably supports the unsold horses more than anything. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I wouldn't have had $1 to send that horse to the vet today, because I feel like every time I kind of move Deuter money, I put a little Wild Tribe After Hours money back, and that money from that group gives us the ability to pay the staff. Jackie, you know, I have a truck and trailer now here on farm. Before it was just Jacob's. It was never here. If we had an emergency, I'd have to. Now we have a truck and trailer here, and the Wild Tribe After Hours kind of totes the note on that. And somebody said the other day, like, yeah, but that's for personal. No, I have my Jeep. It's literally here in case of emergency. You don't see us running around town in it. You don't see us. I'm not barrel racing hardly anymore, things like that. So it's here so that we have an emergency vehicle so that we can run horses wherever. I've even had to shuttle some horses that couldn't find transportation that were within a couple of hours. I've been able to send a staff member in the truck and trailer and charge the new owners a really fair price that just kind of covered time and diesel both ways. But it was still cheaper than what a hauler probably would have charged. So we just are able to kind of pay that forward in a lot of ways. So I hope you guys see that I'm trying to just run a very tight ship. I keep good books. We recently had a little dilemma where a horse was a tattooed thoroughbred, and the thoroughbred we thought we had here was that horse, but it had been claimed as dead. And you know, they called, and within 2 seconds I could tell them where the horse was, who purchased it, what state, everything. And it was really funny because in that moment they were like, wow, you're probably one of the only kill pen rehoming efforts that like keeps, she was like, first of all, I can't believe that you just knew the horse off the top of your head. And I just typed its name in and said exactly who paid for it. And I was commended on how good my books are kept. And I want to say, in my 20s when I was doing this, I didn't keep books that good, and I had some situations to where this or that happened, and I've just learned. I've learned from when I made a mistake, I didn't go, yeah, well, fuck you. I said, I never want to make this mistake again, and I never want to have this situation again, so what can I do to better myself? And now we just keep real meticulous books, and we do our very best in order to do right by the horses and to be able to do right, you know, when the state needs something. And I'm just really proud, you guys. I am so proud of where I am at 35, because I promise you I wasn't here at 25 when I started this. Like at 25, almost 26 when I started this, I was not where I am today. And some of you have watched me make so many mistakes over the years, and I appreciate that you've loved me and watched me develop my program. I wish there would have been a manual on this is what you should or shouldn't do if you open a kill pen rehoming effort, and that wasn't available. So I really had to learn every lesson the hard way over the last 10 years. And today I was reflecting on that, and I am so grateful for where I am, and so grateful for those of you who follow and always support me. So I love you. Thank you for being a part of my life, my effort. For those of you who are on our Snapchat, like, thank you for the girl gang that supports me. My snaps are definitely for the girl gang. I do really dumb stuff that I would probably not want every man in the world to see. So if you're a guy, please don't be offended if you find yourself booted off my Snapchat, with the exception of my high school, one of my high school best friends that I've known for, I met him online 15 plus years ago and have just always stayed in touch. Teddy, who rides my colts, Jacob, and Tylen are about it for the men on my Snapchat, because it's my girl gang. Like, I know a lot of people use Snap to like flirt and stuff, but my Snap is for the girl gang. So if you're part of the girl gang on my Snap, like, kudos to you. I love you. I love people that watch my Snaps and inbox me. So never hesitate. Like, if you're on Snap and you see my Snap and you want to say ha 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 Tara, or hey Tara, how's your day, I respond. I might respond with just emojis because I'm swamped and busy. But listen, I hear you, and I love to have you in our girl gang. And recently my TikTok has gone a little crazy. I started out with 0 followers on my TikTok. My TikTok has, hey Hope, how are you? Sarah, Susan, Tara Wack, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Kathy, hi Gail. Julie, how are you? Hey Pat, hey Sharon, hey Carrie. So for those of you that are just now joining, make sure that you replay this video back to the beginning, because if you replay it back from the beginning, you'll be able to catch up on what we're doing, because this doesn't have a lot to do with it. We're kind of at the end of the, hey Robin. So my TikTok all of a sudden has like 20 something thousand people on it, and I'm like, oh, hello. So my TikTok was recently monetized, and what a blessing. Like, of course, I don't know the dynamics of that. I know their creator fund is not quite as stout as the Facebook creator fund, but it's still just extra, and I feel like I'm excited because I definitely Sorry, the vet texted me. Anyway, so just know, you guys, that the TikTok thing is exciting for me, because anytime I feel like I can expand my income, my personal income, especially like I do Lowe, and for those of you who thrive with me, you guys know I've lost the weight, I feel amazing, and so many of you guys do thrive with me. Also, for those of you who have been wanting to try Thrive, which is vitamins, minerals, just feel good, make sure that you inbox me, because I do have credits, and I need to look and see, and I have more credits coming the first Tuesday of the month. So if any of you guys want to order and you just are like, man, I'm nervous, don't forget that I can help pay for part of your order. I turn my commission, just so you guys know, I turn a lot of my commission into credits to help people that are wanting to try it, because at this stage, that is just extra for me, and I love being able to help you guys if you're wanting to, you know, do better, feel better, maybe lose some weight, inbox me. Yeah, the TikTok thing is exciting. So I'm excited because I just know that that's money that can come in that can continue to help unsold horses and just grow my business, help my staff to have a better life, things like that. So thank you guys for supporting me. If you do not follow me on TikTok, it is the Horse Trader's Diary. It is also the Horse Trader's Diary on YouTube, as well as the podcast. We have not fired the podcast back up, but we have discussed it. We just haven't had time lately. And my Snap is Killpin Barbies, and I post sometimes the Snap code in case you want to join us on Snapchat. So please follow us on other platforms. We also have an Instagram. I just haven't really figured it out yet. And I know they have a creator fund, so I've started taking some online courses to learn how to expand. I just knew that the #1 platform for monetization was Facebook, so I focused here. The #2 platform is TikTok, so now I'm focused there because I want to put my time into where the creator funds are the best. So YouTube and Instagram are a little further down the list. So I'll get into I'll delve into those a little bit more as I have time. But thank you guys so much for loving me through everything, for being a part of my life, and thank you for sending stars. You guys are the real MVPs. Please make sure you send stars anytime you can. It supports the unsold horses. And let's get the saddle draw and the Curtis Lowe draw kicked off. So happy July. Let's celebrate. Bye, you guys.